Salam, people of Oman. This is Abbas with you, and this is another episode of Locally Yours. Now, let's talk about the subject at hand, cricket. It's been growing in popularity, right? It's being watched by, millions of people around the world because now cricket is evolving. Before we had the test matches, then we had one-day internationals, and now we have a shorter format, T20, and we have a shorter format actually, the shortest one, which is 10 overs only. And because of that, people are tuning in because it's become a sport that you can sit and watch and get over it in like an hour, hour and a half, right? And apart from men's cricket, we also have women's cricket that's growing globally. We have more tournaments, we have more players coming up, and we have more world records. And how can we not touch on Oman's women cricket team, right? Because we have one, and recently they beat Bahrain. And I don't have the stats right now, but I have someone who can give us the stats. It's the one and only, the women's cricket team captain. Give it up for Priyanka Edna Mendonça. Yay!
Thank you.
Was that good, or how would you rate that, the introduction? Be very honest, yeah?
I think
9. Okay. So, okay.
Yes. That was actually the figure I was going to give.
Welcome, Priyanka. Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
show. So excited to have you. And tell me about women's cricket in Oman. But before that, tell me about yourself. What got you into this? And tell me about the journey.
I think the journey is quite surprising for me because I was not really into cricket at all. I was more into
Wow, okay.
dancing. Yes.
Okay.
So I think it was one of my PE coaches back in school. I'm from ISG.
Right.
So
Indian School Al Gubra, in case you're wondering. So,
Yeah.
I know my
So
abbreviations.
Yeah, exactly. So I used to do a lot of throwing with the tennis ball during the recess occasion. And one of the PE coaches picked me up and said, I want you to join the women's team only because of your arm. And I said, no, I'm not willing to, get in because I'm already into hardcore dancing.
Right.
So he said, no, I want to speak to your father, and he made sure that because my dad used to drop me from school. So he made sure at 2:00 he would, keep an eye on my dad and see, he came to my dad, spoke and said, she needs to join the cricket team. So I think that's where the journey started. And
How long back was this and how old were you?
I was 14 years old.
Wow, okay.
That's 2014. I'm a 2000 born.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, so that's where it started. And back then we were playing in the mud grounds, the stone grounds.
I remember, yes.
Yeah, so the mat pitches. And I was just a fielder, you can say. And tail order batter, just playing cross bat. And there, it was like, you just touch the ball and it goes for a 4,
Right.
Especially if it's in the gap because no one's going to dive in those stones.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to tell my friends that in Oman, if you dive,
Yeah.
Your cricket career is over, and if you don't dive, it's still over because
Yeah.
people are going to be like, "You're not working hard enough."
Correct,
You know?
correct.
So yeah, that's story of Oman cricket. Back in the day when we didn't have grass grounds, now we do have a grass ground.
Yeah.
We have turf pitches. We are holding international cricket tournaments in Oman, and we have a wing women's cricket that's making us proud. And recently, you guys did that. It wasn't the first time, of course. You beat Bahrain.
Yeah.
So tell me about the tournament. Give me an overview. How was the tournament? What were the challenges? And what gave Oman that edge over Bahrain?
I think the commitment level of the girls, because last year we had gone to Malaysia for an Asia qualifiers and we had, lost the matches there.
Right.
So we have an experienced squad and a very young side, you can say, who are there in their, early 20s.
Wow.
So I think everyone really had the fire in them to, go get it done. So I think that sums it all, that Bahrain was a good opportunity for us. After almost a year and a half of a gap, we played the T20I match. So, and then we were 3-0. So
Wow.
we won all 3.
That's brilliant. And, it's amazing to know your journey, the way it started into professional cricket. Because generally when you ask any guy out there,
Right.
If he's playing international cricket or even on state level, everyone has the same story.
Yeah.
They always tell you that I started gully cricket first.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's the culture with guys.
Correct,
Like
correct.
you look outside your window, you see a bunch of guys playing cricket and you're like, let me join them. And that might just be the start of your journey.
Right.
But when it comes to women's cricket, it's a little different because you don't see a lot of women playing gully cricket.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, at least in my experience, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that is there, but I think I was quite lucky in that area because below my building there were a bunch of boys,
Right.
and there was that thing that if you have your own bat, you can play how much ever you want. You can bat how much ever you want.
My bat, my rules.
Yes,
yeah.
my role. So
Yeah.
I was kind of that bossy
Yeah.
little kid also. Yeah, so that's where things started off.
So you're the captain of Oman's women cricket team, right?
Yeah.
How do you keep your temperament on the field? Because of course you go through a lot of pressure situations, right?
Yeah.
Where sometimes the match is out of your hands. Like, for example, you're on the field and you know that you've lost the match.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you give up, but of course you see the number of balls or the number of runs needed. You're just like, okay, it's done.
Yeah.
How do you keep that cool even at that point of time? Because it's tough. I mean, I see cricket captains on TV, and you can see it on their face. Like
Yeah.
it's impacting them. Like, for example, for me, prime example is Dhoni.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what the situation, he would
Inspiration.
always keep his cool behind the stumps. Even in a pressure situation, if someone would drop a catch, for example,
Yeah.
right, he would just not scream. He would just keep a straight poker face. So, how do you maintain that?
I think ideally, I mean, our coaches train for situations. So, they give you like, this is your target, this is the number of balls. So, whether you have to chase it down or whether you have to, cut that part of runs, all this is like trained previously with us. And, some things aren't in your control. What you can do is, just with the bat and ball, rest is not. And I'm sure, I mean, all the girls give it their best to win, so something here and there, you should always be having their back,
Right.
and this is something that you always tell them beforehand also, that, you just trust your instinct, you trust your hard work, and you trust your commitment, the amount of sweat that you've told,
Right. Yeah.
that's more than enough for you.
Especially when you're playing in Oman.
Yes. Oh. Yes. That was, I think, versus Bahrain, that was the biggest challenge that we faced because we were 8 a.m. morning peak sun.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
we got the heat till 11:30, 12 noon. But I think the girls, as I said, the commitment level of the girls was intensely up. So that really proved the point that the girls wanted the win and they were hungry.
And what sort of like training do you have to go through before a tournament? Like, can you walk me through it? How long is the campaign leading up to the tournament? And what sort of training? Because it's been a while since I played cricket, because I used to play cricket for the Oman junior team back in the day, right? When I had good functioning knees, and I'm looking at that camera so people can get a wide shot and probably see my knees, what I'm talking about, and my lower back. And I was a fast bowler, by the way. Wasn't very fast. I used to like calling myself that. But coming back to the question, what sort of training do you have to go through before a tournament?
So ideally, we have all around the year calendar now that we train because initially it was not that so, but now last 2 years we've been seeing, even now throughout the summer, we've been having trainings outdoor. We're roughly having about 4 to 5 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about three and a half hours.
No way. Wow. That's a huge commitment in
Yeah.
terms of like time.
Yeah.
3 hours, 5 days a week. That's like a full-time job almost.
Yeah. The girls are giving it all after work, especially 6 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
And then, like, can you walk me through the stages of training? For example, what sort of training do you guys do? Like, maybe on Sunday you have more, you're more inclined towards mental side of like, being an athlete, and then, so can you like walk me through? I don't know. So I'm just putting these big words, mental, physical, and
no, for us, like, so we keep like, 2 days a week, probably Sunday, Wednesdays as, nets, pure nets.
okay.
Yeah, and apart of, we keep like half an hour away for just fielding. So that's, short catches,
Brilliant.
slip catches, high
I
catches.
hate slip catches. I think cricket should remove slip positions. They are the scariest position to be in.
They're the sharpest.
Backward point, gully, point, first slip.
Yeah.
Second slip is at least a bit more forgiving because is second slip forward, or the first slip is behind the keeper, and second slip is
Coming a
in
little
the same
forward,
line.
yeah.
So first slip, it's a bit far off, but the
Goes
ball
like an arc.
Yeah, it rockets towards the first slip. Is the worst to me.
Yeah.
I've dropped many catches being in the first slip, by the way. Then I became a very sharp third man fielder.
Right. So it's good to see that you're cherishing your old moments.
Always. I remember dropping catches more than me grabbing onto it. So, so you were saying that you have pure nets. And so, do you guys work on your mental side of being an athlete, like I mentioned before?
We give about 1 day monthly only for the mental side of it, but we have gym about 2 days a week. In OC itself, Oman Cricket itself.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so we have a customized plan that is given by Sean sir. So he's like, he keeps it bowlers different, batters different. The circuit routine is different.
Right.
So and all this has actually come into place from the Female Cricket Initiative Award that we had received last year.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had backed the ICC 100% Female Cricket Initiative Award.
Oh, sweet. That's amazing.
Yeah, we had the campaign cricket for her. And, we invited about, there were more than, I think, 300 plus participants for the softball tournament.
Brilliant. I think that's a good start, right? Like if the cricket ball, the official one, season ball, scares you, you can always start with like tennis ball.
Absolutely. That's where we all started.
It gets you over the fear of even like approaching the ball, because of course, when something is coming at you at those speeds, you tend to get a bit hesitant if it's hard now.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And of course, there's a skill behind like how to approach the ball, how to take it when you're, like I said,
the
slip
basics.
fielding.
Yeah.
Hate it. I'll keep saying it throughout the podcast. Moment of truth. Do I still have it or I don't? Let's do this. Catching practice by the one and only Oman's women cricket team captain, Priyanka. Ooh, oh, I got it. I won't drop these catches now. Priyanka, slow down. Slow down. It's a small space, okay? Nice. All right, let's do last 5. And if I get all of them, then I get thoughts and prayers. Okay, let's do this. Okay, you can go a little harder than that. Oh. Yes! And he's done it! Look at Abbas! He's ecstatic! Yeah. Let's do this, okay? All right. Ooh! That was good. First ball. Oh, that's not LBW. Third ball. Ooh, back foot straight drive all the way for a 4. Fourth ball coming in. Abbas, come on, you can do this. Ooh, wow, I still got it. And now the last ball. Come on, team Times of Oman. Is that out? That's LBW?
No.
But that was quick. That was fast. Guys, that was fun. So, tell me about women's cricket now. How is it growing globally? Because when you look at IPL, when you look at any other big franchise around the world, it's mainly men's cricket, right? And I'm being honest right now. I'm being more open and transparent with my question. And women's cricket is still catching up, in my opinion. Again, as a viewer, this is what I see. When I see a men's cricket tournament, the stadium is full. It's thousands of people. But when it comes to women's cricket, it's still growing in terms of attendance, maybe spectators. So what are those few things that is stopping and also promoting women's cricket? Let's take both sides of it. So one reason you think that the challenge that's kind of like stopping women's cricket to grow, and one that's actually promoting women's cricket.
Stopping, I think, it all starts from, the amount of hard work and dedication that you want to put, your family, your coaches, or, that's the first step, if your family is, pushing you forward to go for the sport, to give it up for the sport. That's, I think, the first thing. And the second, I think, knowing the talent inside you, someone has to knock it out.
True.
Like even for me, I was nowhere in the blue into cricket.
Right.
So one of my PE teachers, actually knocked me and said that, listen, you really need to go into cricket.
Right.
So I think those kinds of talent hunts need to be coming even from the, coaches side, and, especially in the schools, these training centers, gyms also, these are
So
the
you
areas.
think, like, in terms of supporting women's cricket,
Yeah.
the talent is of course there, without a
it's
doubt.
there,
It
it's
needs to
there.
be tapped.
Yes.
That's what's the kind of like slowing down. I won't say stopping, but slowing down the progress of women's cricket globally. I'm not just talking. And what about other challenges in terms of support, or people showing up to support Oman's women cricket team?
I was actually quite.
Let's go local with this question. What do you think
Yeah.
people need to do to promote our, of course, proud Omani women's cricket team?
I was quite, impressed, or I can say rather happy to see that we had a bunch of around 50 plus audience on the Saturday match that we played versus Bahrain. Because in that summer, I mean, in that heat, there were families that came to support us and the friends that came to support us. This was ideally never there, even, a year back, Yes, evening games, we understand, there would be some people because we're under floodlights.
Right.
But in the morning at 9 a.m. to see the support and the cheering that was there for the matches that we just played, I was really, really impressed. And even when we go to private academies, we see more of women's or girls in number now.
That's brilliant. That's amazing. And Oman cricket has been doing its part.
Yes.
Of course, from like we discussed, from grounds that didn't have grass to putting Oman on the international map when it comes to cricket. Now ICC recognizes Oman as well.
Yes,
it's not just a place where officials come to visit and go like, future plans. Now everything is in motion. And so I personally, I'm so proud to see cricket in Oman growing to this level now.
Definitely.
Where we are hosting international tournaments.
Definitely.
And we have our women's cricket team winning tournaments.
Right.
But as we're on the subject, I would like to remind you as a viewer, if you think there's another reason that's slowing down, women's cricket globally or even locally, or the reasons you think is actually promoting women's cricket, again, you can take a local perspective or a global perspective to it. Let us know down in the comments, and we'll try to respond to that. And let's start a conversation between us as well, because you're involved in this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know who you are, but you're involved in this conversation. Okay, so now let me grab this ball. I don't know who got this ball to the studio. Was that you? But now we're going to dig a little deeper into the subject of cricket, right? Maybe my questions might stump you. Good pun, Abbas. Good pun. By the way, me and Priyanka, we're going to do a few cricket drills during and after the podcast. So stay tuned. I mean, keep watching this because it's going to get interesting. So now let's talk about you being an all-rounder, right? You are a left-handed batsman and a right-handed? No, the other way around.
Yes, I'm a left-handed off spinner
Wow.
and a right-handed batter.
By the way, I hate off spinners. Honestly, when I used to play cricket, I used to just detest. I never even made friends with them. Just, they're so hard to deal with. So, and when you're good at off spin, man, you can cause some problems for the batsman, definitely. So what pushed you into becoming an all-rounder? Like, when did you decide that I want to be a batter or a bowler or, even a fielder for that matter? Sometimes you can get a place in even in the national team. Jonty Rhodes, prime example.
Absolutely.
He was a great batsman too, a middle order batsman who could stabilize the innings, but a great fielder as well. So what prompted you to take up whatever role that you have now?
I think ideally, I was only a batter, that to a tail-ender batter.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
What order are we talking? Like when you say tail-ender, like
7,
really?
8.
7, 8, right?
Yeah, 7, 8
Still
down.
important. Like nowadays in modern cricket, 7, 8.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, they can still bat and, hit a few
Correct.
boundaries, turn the match around. Please go ahead, yeah.
Correct. So basically, there was a private academy here, MCC.
Okay.
So I used to go there, practicing for my batting. So my coach told me, Priyanka, you just can't come for batting here. You have to bowl and field also. So I said, I'm not a bowler.
Yeah.
And he said, that's not how it works. You have to really try and, deliver the ball. I said, okay, fine. So I took the ball in my hand, and I still remember the first delivery was touching the net and coming down. And I was in the most corner net where the kids are 11 or 12 years old,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm 18 or 19 years old.
No way. Yeah.
So-
Coaches do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was into it just a starter of a bowler.
Right.
So it was quite embarrassing also.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Especially when you have your teammates just watching you from far. What is Priyanka doing
In that net.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yeah. So I think that's where it started. And then, ideally, it used to be all flighted deliveries.
Yes.
And then it just, year by year, I became, much better, much quicker. And now, because of the experience that is in my bag, I am able to deliver for the team in the right way.
What is your favorite delivery?
Honestly, I like to keep the ball on the off stump.
Okay.
Okay. And I am very good in variating with the length.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the line, but the length.
Okay.
So, I like to play around with the length more.
So
Yeah.
basically disturbing the batsman.
Yeah.
In short, right?
Yeah.
The batter needs to make sure that, Priyanka is going to bowl me there, then here.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you have to take care of the spin as well. Because if the ball moves in,
Yeah.
and even if you read the length, if the ball moves or behaves in a different way, you're gone.
True.
Like I said, that's why I don't like off spinners, apart from Priyanka, of course. So, was someone else involved in apart from coaches?
Yeah.
Was there someone else who molded you into the player that you are today?
Yes, of course. I mean, I'd like to give credits to my, my ex-captain, Vaishali, who's really played a big role, in our seniors who she's really nurtured. Because back in 2020, when we played our first ICC match, she was the one who said, Priyanka, take the ball. And, that was my very first over in the ICC tournament that I bowled.
It must have felt great, right?
Yes, and I myself had butterflies in the stomach saying, I don't know where the ball is going to go, where am I going to get smacked for,
Right.
but I mean, it's all, that credit goes to her, she's really nurtured the level of fitness that, probably the senior girls have today is probably because of her inspiration,
Right.
Yeah, she's one of the fittest Omani women that I've seen across. So, she's really given us that groom.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Having a role model, especially when you're an athlete, is very important.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you have your own hard work. Yes, you have your own skill set. But having a role model, like a benchmark to look up to, because even me, when I was playing cricket, my cricket captain, Adnan, back in the day, Adnan Ilyas,
Right.
he was very kind. Always open to have a conversation when I would have a concern. And I'll be like, I just can't. And, that brings me to my next question, that when, you're losing a game, for example, I
Right.
hope that doesn't happen too often, but it's a game in the end,
It's a part of the game.
It's part of the
Yeah.
game. And you need to learn how to accept it. The sooner you learn how to accept it, the better it is for you as an individual, even as a team.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure that your team morale is high? Because when you're winning, of course, everyone's ecstatic and everyone's happy.
Exactly.
But when you're losing, especially when you come back to the dressing room, how do you make sure that your team, doesn't feel that, now there are no more games, for example? Like, it was the game, yes, we lost, we have another game.
Yeah.
So how do you
Yeah.
bring that morale back to its, optimum level as a captain?
Right. See, actually, all said and done, winning and losing is a part of the game. That's the very first point. Someday you're on the positive side, someday you're on the negative side. But as my group of girls, I always tell them that, listen, you just have to trust your hard work. You have to trust. It's okay. Sometimes the results don't go in your side. And that's completely fine. Maybe you just have to go back, do your homework, wait for the right time, because some people do have, some phases. And we definitely had last year the phase in February month where we lost all the 3 matches in a row. And, I was the most deceiving as a captain, because I couldn't sleep in peace that, this is probably happened and I myself didn't perform. So, it's all, again, the senior girls had all come back, we just had a chit chat. We sat together on an off day and we said,
Nice.
How do we get things done, And now we have like about 4-5 years of good experience in our bag. So that's going to really support us moving forward in the game in terms of morale. And that morale, of course, gets transferred to the younger ones in the team who are, 15, 16 years of
Right,
age.
yes.
So they are also seeing us, training along with us, And for us as experienced ones, we just say that, listen, hard work is done, the blood is done, the sweat is done. So what do you have to lose? There's nothing for you to lose. Everything is a gain for you, every step.
And how about being in this position? It's a deep question. Like sometimes, when you lose against whatever team, when you lose a game, the blame is always on the captain. Not all of it, but primary at least. Like, yes, there might be a few drop catches. The batter in the team didn't perform. The middle order collapsed. The bowling didn't perform too good, or as expected. But then in the end, it comes down to, hey, the captaincy. Why wasn't, the captain aware of the situation, and why didn't, he or she, direct it in a different way?
Right.
So sometimes do you get that feeling that, I'm better off just being a player in the team? Like being a captain is so much pressure, sleepless nights. Is it even worth it? Do you ever get that thought?
See, I don't actually, once I go to the ground, I'm one among the 11. I do not see myself, that, I have a little higher stake in that. But of course, you have to be accountable for your own actions. You have to be accountable, for who you are, what you did, and what you are going to do next. So, yes, I mean, you can't run away from that particular responsibility. And honestly, I'm happy to take that role, okay, because I see the confidence in myself and in my team that, yes, we can take this car forward, or we can take this moving forward.
Brilliant. Priyanka? That's a very good answer, by the way. The way you started off, that I'm one of the 11 players in the team. It's very important for the captain to stay grounded as well. To remain grounded, to feel that, yes, I'm part of the team. Yes, I'm one of the superiors, but at the same time, I'm on the same level where my players can come and talk to me, or, raise a concern if they're not performing well, The captain channel is always easier than manager and coach.
Correct.
It's just you're a bit more hesitant to, take it right up there before you discuss it with your captain.
Right.
So you bowled me over with that answer.
Thank you.
Second pun, cricket pun. If you have better ones, let us know in the comments, by the way. So now let's go a little lighthearted. Let's talk about IPL. It recently got over. RCB champions. Great farewell for Virat Kohli. I would say great player. And it's sad to see him now retire from formats.
Slowly from formats.
Yeah, exactly. Because of course, watching him bat was pure pleasure. It was like watching Sachin retire. It was like half of my interest retired watching cricket, just because Sachin left. And of course the other greats too, but for me, watching Sachin was just something out of this world. So who do you support first of all in IPL?
So I am from Mangalore actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so of course I'm an RCB fan.
Nice. So congratulations. I didn't know. Wow. Did you celebrate at home?
Yes, of course there were 2-3 calls, where I was just pouring my emotions out to my friends that, this is the ball that happened, because there was that Shreyas Iyer's wicket.
Oh, yes.
That I feel, that was the turning point, and we felt that, yes, the trophy is in our hands.
Because he was in a pretty good form, actually.
Yeah, and the last match, he slaughtered for, I think, about 80, 81.
Yes, and all his shots were just, nothing was risky.
Yeah.
And, sometimes he makes it look so effortless,
easy,
just a cover drive, and you see the ball sailing for a 6, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's great timing.
About 8 sixes he had in the playoffs.
But I'm really happy for Virat Kohli. I'm so glad that he got to, retire from IPL and, also lift the trophy at the same time. You can't get a better farewell than that.
Right.
So that's awesome. So Priyanka, now coming back to local cricket. Okay, I know we've been flying around like captain, IPL, Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar. But coming back to local cricket again, let's say we have an aspiring cricketer. A lady cricketer watching us, or a girl cricketer watching us, no matter what the age. And if they want to take up cricket as a sport, be it casually or professionally.
Right.
Do we have a roadmap that they can follow, like something that Oman cricket has, like you can join the academy, then work your way up, and then, get noticed, then play local league, and then maybe play international tournaments?
Yeah. Of course, I mean, I think early August we're going to be having our indoor softball tournament.
Okay.
So that is, I think that is the first step that you could enroll to. We of course have the Oman Cricket Academy. We definitely give a lot of free sessions, training sessions also. So of course, someone who really doesn't know how to play cricket.
Can I come for free
Yes,
sessions?
of course.
Even for women's cricket team?
No, that's not done.
So you were lying
You're-
basically when you said yes.
You're already an Oman team player.
I was, yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that would be the first initial step that we would say. I think from there, it's even Oman Cricket will be responsible for your journey because they really will groom you
Brilliant.
to become a better player.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's the roadmap. People know if you are someone who wants to take up cricket casually or even professionally, because in the end, you play a sport, you get healthy.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course, I am
You burn
one.
all those calories, all those burgers, and
Correct.
what about cheat day? Do you have any cheat days?
No, I'm quite happy with the routine I have. I mean,
Well, what does your diet include? Like, does it include homemade food mainly?
yeah, I'm a hardcore home person
Nice.
who eats home
And
food only.
What's your favorite dish? Let's.
So I am a proper South Indian. I mean, I
Oi.
like to have my dal chawal rice.
Oof.
Yes.
The
And,
best thing on this planet.
and like a fish at the side.
No,
I think that's
nice.
and one yogurt. I'm happy. I'm the happiest.
That's simple, but in terms of nutrition, that's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I mean apart from that, of course, we have a lot of smoothies. Yes, and then we have the BCAA or EAA, magnesium, fish oil. These all are something that is already in your routine.
Right.
Yeah. Apart from this, I mean, there's a lot of protein in the chicken and the fish that you're having. And then
And so, as we're on the subject, what about vegetarians when they play professional sport? How do they cover up for protein and all the other, stuff that they're missing out on?
I think now there's something called tofu
Yes,
that's been
yes.
high in protein, and
Okay.
that's something. Honestly, we have about 2-3 vegetarians. Even I keep asking them the same question that how do you live up without meat, and
Yeah.
how do you? But then I mean that's how they've been cultured, and that's
Of
how.
course.
And to be very honest, I feel they are more stronger than us.
Yeah. Believe me, some guys that I know when I started boxing, this one guy, his name is Vinod, by the way, and he had the best energy in the club. He would actually do his full-time job, come to the club, and then beat all of us in the ring.
Yeah.
Skinny guy, but strong. And when I asked him, bro, what do you eat? And he was like, dal chawal. Dal chawal, lentil rice, in case you don't know what
Yeah.
dal chawal is. Lentil rice, and man, one of the strongest guys I know. So never underestimate anyone who has dal chawal alone.
Yes,
Yeah?
for sure.
I'm going to call my mom now. Mom, prepare some dal chawal. I'm all pumped up. So, Priyanka, I would like to thank you for coming in and giving us your time and talking to us and giving us an insight not only into local cricket, but also international cricket.
Right. Thank you so much, Abbas, for inviting me.
Pleasure.
And of course, I'd like to thank Oman Cricket Board, for trusting us girls, for giving us the opportunity. And, we're quite aggressive right now. And they have really shown us a good level of support. And we have so much more coming in.
Inshallah, looking forward to it. And for you out there, all you have to do is, if you want to support Oman cricket, be it a women's team or men's team, all you have to do is just show up at the match. And let's say you've got some other commitments, then you can show your support on social media. If you see an Oman cricket post, give it a like, comment, just Team Oman, good luck.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel happy just reading those comments,
Absolutely.
right? So you do that. And Priyanka, once again, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Right? And for you, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then give it a like. I would like to thank you for that. And if you didn't like the video for whatever reason, then I would still like to thank you for watching it this far. This is Abbas Alawati. I'm signing off, and I will see you in the next one.